welcome to Tabletop 24. I'm Alan.
I'm John.
And welcome to what is going to be our last video in this Cull series. This has gone through everything in my collection now, apart from two honourable mentions that we will get out straight away. The first one being Everdell, the complete collection, which has only just arrived. As John keeps saying to me, it is obscene.
It is obscene. It's gloriously obscene. It's incredible. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So check out our unboxing for that, but it won't be in this video mainly because I haven't got any space on the table. It would probably break the table on its own.
It'd do my back.
But that's done out of the studio for that. So there was also First Rat, which was also featured on an unboxing recently. Again, two fairly recent additions, so they're not in this video. There are others that are recent as well in here, but those ones are down the house. They're not yet been played as much as I'd like. They probably will stick around. First Rat, less so. I want to get a few more plays out of that, especially on the variable board. But that was nice to play the other night.
Nice. Well.
That will come out in a We'll Play Again, possibly.
You can see why there was buzz about it at UKJE. GE was it's a nice playing game.
Yeah, and obviously Everdell was a complete collection. It's not really going to leave unless I run out of a lot of room because it is massive. Right, so John's made the comment that there were probably more games on the table this time than there was in the small box video. But it was the last one, so I wanted to get them all out of the way for him. So thank you if you have got this far with us. This will be our last one. But yeah, we're going to go through this. So we start with Subterra. Really like Subterra. It's sort of pandemic-esque in the sense of you've got action points on your turn, you've got a ticking clock that's coming against you. It doesn't get enough play. It's got a couple of expansions in there. I want to keep it because I've not got overly too many cooperative games, and I think it sits in that bucket.
It's kind of Forbidden Desert, Forbidden Sky-esque in how it plays. It's nice production. It's got the UV tiles and stuff on it. Yeah. Interesting to see how Catacombs plays after this with the tile laying element to it. So, but yeah. Nothing wrong with this game, I don't think.
And I think I'd rather play this than the Forbidden games.
Yeah, I would as well.
Which is probably why it's going to stay around.
The Forbidden games, once you've beaten them, I don't think there's very much point in keeping hold of them. There's more randomness and variety within the games and the roles that you play to get more out of it than the Forbidden games, I think. The Forbidden games are fine games. They're okay games.
Yeah,
they're in tins.
Yeah, I was looking at the Subterra 2, which is set more in a volcano type environment. I think they're very similar, so I didn't get there in the end. But I'm going to keep this one around for the time being. So,
I am the fourth wall.
So in our small box video, we saw from Slinky Gibbon. This was one of their other editions. This one of their other games is really well produced. It's not actually hit the table yet because, again, it fits into that deduction game which benefits more players. I've just not been in a position to do it.
Suffered because of COVID.
Yeah, there's a lot of games that I think have suffered from that. There's games that we would have played previously that we're not playing now because we've just not got it. So that is going to be a keep, mainly because I really like the edition, and also it's not yet been played.
So we're on to some Garfield.
Yeah, so this is the Garfield section. I'm not going to go through each one individually. I'm just going to name them all out. So we've got Viscounts, Paladins, and Architects of the West Kingdom, Raiders, Explorers, and Shipwrights of the North Sea, the Tome Saga and Rune Saga, which links each one of those together. So I'm just going to say none of these are going anywhere. I think there are strong ones and weak ones in each set.
Yeah.
But for me, they are a set.
Yeah.
And they will be. We're hopefully going to see, I think, Wayfarers of the South Tigris. That should be on its way soon. So I haven't yet played Viscounts, and that is really to my detriment at the moment. We really enjoy Paladins.
Yeah.
Architects is a good worker placement.
Raiders is good.
Explorers and Shipwrights were a bit on the weaker side.
Which is the toll lane one?
Explorers.
Yeah. almost feels like there's not enough rounds in that game to get the most out of it. It
almost
ends,
half completed.
It does. You have to. The points you get, you have to get quick.
Yeah.
You don't get any chance to get any points in this game at all. And I think it needs more. It needs to be longer.
Yeah, Shipwrights hasn't been played enough, mainly because I was late to the Raiders train, and so Shipwrights was an after purchase. So I think these two are the weaker ones of the set, but then they're still quite good games. Still stack up better than most.
True. By counts, we've not played this yet, have we?
We've not played that yet.
No.
And there was the deluxe box in there, so that will be going in eventually.
Well, that's cleared off half the stuff on the table.
Yeah, and then there's those two for the campaign.
Space Race.
Oh, another obscenely produced Kickstarter. So this has got some really, really, really nice rocket miniatures in it. That are really nice. So it's just really well produced. Again, it's not hit the table yet, and we've really struggled to get this one out there because it's slightly longer, and there's slightly a bit more to the gameplay. Really want to get it out there, and I think once we've got it out there, it will stick around. And I've got a funny feeling if it doesn't stick in my collection, it might stick in Brian's.
It might stick in Brian's.
So it's really nice, really nice production. Again, another one that's not been played, and this Shelf of Shame is getting quite high. But
I think I've got 2 games on my Shelf of Shame at the moment. Flower that I bought at Aircon last year, and Mice and Mystics.
Yeah.
Psychobabble.
So this one's an apology to Kedrick. We've not yet played it, and again, suffering from that. I need to get more players at the table. Really nice deduction game. I've seen it played a few times, and I've sort of half played it on my own a little bit to see what the mechanics are like. And I think it's a really nice sort of werewolf-esque variant. It's very different, but if you're into that sort of deduction game, this will be for you. So this stays around, at least for now.
Unmatched.
All of the unmatched. This was such a surprise when I played them. Me and Benji played it at UKGE this year. I think we picked up, he bought his Cobble and Fog, which I got him, I think, about a year ago. We hadn't played it, and ever since then, both of us have been slowly collecting a whole collection together. But so the ones I've got, he hasn't got, vice versa. And these are really nice. They're asymmetrical, and I like a lot of TCGs. I like a lot of miniatures games, and this really fills that void together. Everybody's a little bit different. Everybody's got their own strategy, and who doesn't want a T-Rex on their board? T-Rex versus Bigfoot. So
it's got the he's reclining, isn't he? The figure,
Dr. Malcolm.
It's reclining.
Yeah. So these are really nice. These are not going anywhere. I've probably got to think about a way of condensing them down. Now there is a GameFound campaign that I think is about to fulfil for all of the storage solutions. For me, and this is coming from me, I think they were a bit of a muchness for what they were, and especially when I've only got this level of the collection. I think for completists, they are perfect for everything. But yeah, for me at the minute, these are sticking in their boxes and might condense them down at some point, but they will be staying for now.
Dystopia.
So you've got a major problem with this game, haven't you? The colours of the dice are horrid.
Yeah.
This is the complete collection. It has got all of the expansions in it, and it's a nice sort of area control game. But I'm trying to try and find some of these tokens. But they are all translucent, and you get mixed different colours. I just hope people will see it on the overhead. And they're not very easily discernible. The gameplay is good. Again, this was, I think, one of those ones where I've got everything because I wanted everything. It comes with a really, really, really nice playmat in the complete edition with all of the expansions on it. So yeah, it's really, really nice there, and you're not going to get much better artwork. And now I regret getting this playmat out. But
talk amongst yourselves. We'll be back in a minute.
yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna keep this long term. I think get a few more plays out of it. It's probably going to be for a different game group, purely on those bits there. But I like the production on it, and it's quite handy to have.
I just want to say, if you're new to board games and you're watching this video, wondering what's in the collection, what we're going to get rid of, there's nothing wrong with buying games, playing them a couple of times, and then selling them on and getting rid of them at all. That's part and parcel of the hobby. You buy things, you realise it's not for you, and it moves on. Friends might prefer it and buy it off you, or you get it, bring and buy it at a convention. It's perfectly normal. It's nothing against the games at all. No, just not for you.
Just take a point out of these last few, and actually, I've played a lot of video games through the years, and I'd get a game completed, pass it on.
Yeah,
there's nothing different the same here.
Yeah,
other than I don't have a massive market to sell to. So and a lot of the games, they keep a reasonable value as well. So anyway, Jumanji, keep an hold of this because Benji got it for me. I'm going to make him play it before I get rid of it. And yeah, it's just a roll and move game. A bit iconic from obviously the Jumanji bit. Still blaming him because I think he got this for me Christmas 19. But say what you will about that. This will probably make its way out the door not long after its first play. But we're going to give it that go first.
Which is...
So this isn't going to go anywhere. This one's on its side on the back, so this one's really going to annoy you. It's not even upside down. Which is... It's not going anywhere because of the IP. I think I'm making a point now of collecting the Terry Pratchett games. Some of them are really expensive and really hard to get hold of. Some of them are not very good. This is quite nice. It's got a semi-co-op adventuring game in there, and very different to Ankh-Morpork. But I really quite like it, and I was quite lucky to pick this one up. I picked this one up for quite a bargain price actually, and yeah, this one will stay around purely for the IP and the IP alone. So, not much is going from this last section. Most of it's new. That's right.
Under Falling Skies.
What a solo game!
Yeah, I'd like to play this.
It's got a really nice campaign that I've not managed to get to. It plays really well solo. When I picked it up, I didn't leave my table for 3 or 4 nights.
Czech Game Edition do some good games. Yeah. They're a great publisher.
Yeah,
they really are.
Yeah. So and this is another one that they've knocked out of the park. I think this is a print and play to start with. That was picked up, and yeah, they've put a full production behind it. They've added a campaign to it, a replayable campaign as well. So yeah, this one doesn't go anywhere because this sits definitely on my solo shelf.
Okay, Burst Light and Chaos Order.
So Chaos Order I haven't played yet. It's an area control version. This is another Garfield series. They're set in the Circadians universe, which is more of an outer space sci-fi type. So Chaos Order is area control. I've not played that one yet, but First Light is dice placement. So this could knock Artemis Project out of the collection.
Okay.
Because it's very similar in what it does.
Okay.
I do think they're slightly different games, and I think this one's more Euro-esque than Artemis Project is. So for me, this one is a bit more... I like it a bit better. Also, it's a Garfield game. I tend to like Garfield games. I'm quite biased in that sense. I don't think I've played a bad one. This, like we said a little while ago, there's some that are better than others.
There's a level.
Yeah, but it's not that these are bad. These are the second. This is the second edition as well of First Light, so slightly different artwork and stuff. So there's expansions coming out for these soon. I'll probably be picking them up. Okay. These ain't going anywhere because they will be part of the collection. I, like a lot of people, were possibly put off by the artwork because we were so used to the Miko's artwork from the North Sea and the West Kingdom trilogy, sorry, that I wasn't quite sure. Then I picked up Hadrian's Wall. Hadrian's Wall is a lovely game. I do prefer it solo rather than multiplayer. But these these two, I've got high hopes for Chaos Order now. I played First Light, and I think they're just going to get better and better as they go through. So these will be
Get them to the table.
Yeah,
get them to the table.
Collecting board games and playing board games are two separate hobbies. Barrage. This is brilliant. Barrage is brilliant. It's the Euro game for me. There is no real randomness in the whole of the game. The only randomness is some of how you shuffle some of the stacks. Everything you do in this game is yours to command, and there's so much take that in that because you can literally steal water from under people's nose, and they spend their whole game trying to build up a point of getting to the end of the they get their water going in a certain way, and then you just come in and absolutely steal it away from under them. This ain't going anywhere. It isn't getting to the table often because of what it is, but it will be. It will be going out again. That's for sure.
Okay, Furnace.
I like Furnace. We've kept this one around for a little while now. I'm keeping it until they bring out an expansion.
I think if it didn't have the bidding mechanic on it, I don't think it would be half as good as it is. Mm-hmm. The bidding mechanic on it makes it because if you take that away, there's a lot of games do exactly the same thing as Furnace does, but that bidding mechanic adds something to it and just elevates it up. I think it's a cracking game.
But yeah, I'm going to be keeping on this because I've got a funny suspicion there will be an expansion for this.
Yeah.
And I think that will make it. Also, there's so much air in the box. I really hope there's an expansion coming for it. Okay.
9 Worlds.
We've got the Creatures and Monsters expansion that piece for UKG, which we've still not got to the table. I really want to get to the table. We enjoyed this when we played it.
Yeah.
We think there's a lot more to it.
Yes.
And we want to get a bit more out of this. And I think this one will come back to the table fairly soon, I think.
Yeah, this kind of do the same things for me, but it is a different game. It looks very different. My manky eyes and my colour blindness have problems with some of the colours of the glass bits in it.
They are. There's fairly similar shades in there. But yeah, I think it plays really nicely, and I think
under the radar. You said it in some of the other videos. Under the radar, not well known, but worth picking up.
Yeah, there's a lot of theme going on the artwork, and then you see the board, which has just got chits and pawns on it.
Yeah.
And until you get to play the game mechanics, you don't see that there's a lot of theme in the mechanics.
Yes.
So we quite like that. So that is going to stay around. We'll see once we've played the expansion how long it stays, but we like it, so it's going to stay.
Funkoverse.
So I think we had the Jurassic Park one. Yeah. We're going to keep this around for a few more plays.
I've got the Harry Potter one, and I need to get that out as well.
Yeah, I like how it does things, but I like Unmatched more, and I think there's not room in my collection for both of them.
That's fair enough.
So this is very much in the maybe of it needs to be played a couple more times, and then we'll get rid of it.
So Undaunted.
Watch your space on this one because we're probably going to do a play again of it.
Yeah,
fairly soonish. The difficulty we've got with that is it is a 2-player game, and we want to play a bit more of the campaign with it. So this is Undaunted Reinforcements, which contains Normandy and reinforcements, not in the retail edition. I add there were two separate games that we put in there. Undaunted Normandy was kindly provided by Osprey. It stayed off my collection for so long, and it was a maybe game for such a long time, and I quite like it. I still am holding a bit of judgment until we played through the campaign a bit.
Yeah, I want to play more of the campaign. I think the system and the rule set are very nice. From what we played, they're very nice, and it plays really, really well. But I want to see what you can get out of the campaign from it. I think that's where the real love for that is going to be.
Yeah, and I think what we might do, and it depends on time collection and everything else, is more try and get hold of Africa as well. And do it as a sort of a combine all three and get that out of the way that way. So that'll be staying around for quite some time, and it's nicely compacts into one box.
Autobahn
is brand new, and it's not yet got to the table. Complete Euro game. I'm gonna like it, and I think looking at it, I'm gonna like playing it, but I don't think it will stick around in the collection. So it'll be played out there.
Outer Rim.
So if you watched our would play again of this,
this is my big bet.
So I don't think he's going to lose money on this one. Yeah. We really should like this game. We really, really should like this game.
I met my wife on a Star Wars forum on the internet. Okay, that's how much I am into Star Wars, and I do not like this. I just don't see it.
No, and like we said before, in our would play game, we might have missed something. Might be something we've drastically got. But I just know.
Yeah.
For me, it's no. So unfortunately, it will be going.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's one of those that whenever you read board game reviews or people's lists and stuff, it's on there as being something they really like, and it's one I always thought, yeah, I'd like to play that and try it. And I'll just say, I'm so glad that you did.
Yeah, so unfortunately, that one will be going. So last one is Arkham Horror card game. And this is going to come with another actual honourable mention. You may see up here in this big back box is the Marvel Champions, the card game. So these two fall into the same category for me, they're both living card games. They both do something very different.
It's rammed. It's absolutely rammed.
That's just the base set.
Yeah.
You've got all of this that's sitting over here, a couple of other boxes elsewhere. I haven't played nearly enough of this. I really enjoy this. Marvel Champions is a math puzzle for me. There's some theme in it, but it is a math puzzle. This has got a lot of story in it, and you've got to be prepared to lose when you play it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not designed to win every scenario in this. You will suffer casualties. You will lose a character, or make a bad decision, or pull something that you shouldn't have. I want to get this more to the table and as a solo experience for me, because I think that's where this sings, playing two-handed solo. You can play it up to 4 players, but I think we've played Marvel Champions up to 4 players. It really elongates the game more than it needs to.
Yeah, I don't think it's a 4-player. It probably sings at 3, perhaps. I'd like to play at 3 just to see.
Yeah, but I think for me, Marvel Champions is good for 2 players or two-handed solo, and I think Arkham Horror does exactly the same. I mean, I could be wrong. I've not played nearly enough of it. Other people could say that there's a lot more that you can get out of Arkham Horror, and I think you can get more out of it. But at this point, both of those are staying in the collection. I've fought long and hard to get my hands on every part of Arkham Horror. Some of the stuff that have been out of print. I'm finally, apart from the Scarlet Keys campaign expansion, which has only just launched, and the latest Arkham Knights mini scenario, I have everything now, so I'm quite pleased with that, and that's been a journey, but none of it's played.
No.
I've really struggled to get time to play it because it's a bit of an effort to do it, mixing all the cards and stuff. But so that's going to stay. So that's only, I think that was only one out of that whole lot, unfortunately.
To be honest with you, there's some heavy hitters in there.
There is some heavy hitters, and there's a lot of new stuff.
And there's a lot of maybes as well that need a couple of plays, possibly before making a decision. But yeah, there's a lot of good. There's a lot of games in that pile that are firm favourites, and yeah, I would keep them.
Yeah. So if you've managed to stick with us for all 6 videos, thank you. Hope you found something useful in there somewhere. If not, John, at least keeping me honest, more or less.
And mention now at the end of this, if you've been playing the drinking game where you're drinking for everyone has been disposed of.
You're not gone there, have you?
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for watching along. If you haven't done so already, check out other videos on the channel. Give us a like and a subscribe, and we will catch you next time. Take care.
Cheerio.